our books now are machine made.
All right, so they can be printed in very great quantities, relatively great productivity per, man hour or woman hour. And then wouldn't you say Americans are living closer together than in the 18th century? Don't we have a greater population of readers than we were likely to see in the 18th century? All right, so nowadays somebody can print something in great quantity and expect to sell them. Now in the 18th century, when you were visiting this city, about half the people in the city are slaves. So do you think the slaves are going to be buying a lot of printing?
No.
Big no on that. They wasn't. So the slaves are usually the ones that are doing the ironing and the washing and the hewing of wood and working the printing press. These are all slave activities. Anything where you see the people use a lot of muscle and the work is kind of repetitive, it's likely to be done by the slaves. Yes?
What would happen if you rubbed instead of patted?
Well, I want to get the ink on the top of the letter. So what might be a problem if I scrape the ink balls across the surface of the type?
Everything would be covered?
I think it's going to scrape across there, and ink is going to get back into the hollows. So remember, I want to ink on the tops of the letters, not inside them. What will happen to kind of get rid of the ink balls is people in the future will come up with rollers. And they actually have them in the 18th century, but not for this kind of printing, because we're using an oil-based ink. One of the big problems is coming up with a solvent that you could remove the ink from the roller that wouldn't cause the roller to be destroyed. For instance, the fluid that we're going to bathe this in is so caustic that it would dissolve the wooden parts of this, and it would also dissolve the skin of the ink ball if I tried to, dissolve my own skin if I were stupid enough to stick my hand in the lye pot over there. So